Today we are talking all things Perception Horde Base. Now we've got a lot of info to cover and no time to waste, so let's get to it. The Perception attribute in 7 Days to Die kind of gets a bad rap, and rightfully so in some respects. Many of the perks in the Perception attribute are a little lackluster and leaving much to be desired. For instance, the combat perks are focused primarily on taking out the zombie jerks at a distance, and the only close quarters combat perk, the spear, while very effective early game, becomes almost useless as you get to the mid and late stages of 7 Days to Die. So some players look down on the Perception attribute. However, today I'm going to demonstrate just how powerful this attribute actually can be, especially on Horde Night. So today we're going to take a look at a Horde base designed specifically for the Perception attribute, and I will demonstrate how effective and powerful this attribute actually can be. So let's head on over to the build and take a look at this Perception Horde base. The whole purpose of building a Horde base is to put the zombie jerks exactly where you want them. Get them to follow a designated path that allows you to deal maximum damage according to your playstyle. So for a Perception build, you are going to be relying on your rifles. Now you could also make a Perception build that relies on explosives. However, I find that when I use explosives, I tend to blow myself up more than I do the zombie jerks. That's why I rely on the rifles. I believe a sniper build is probably the most effective build for the Perception attribute. So for a sniper build, what you want to do is get the zombies to path in a straight line straight towards you, and you want to give yourself a long distance to line up your shots. And what better Horde base could you use than what I have behind me right now? So let's turn around and take a look. And here she is, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to show you how this Horde base works. Very simple design, straightforward. We're going to actually follow the path that the zombie jerks are going to take. So what they'll do is they will run up these stairs here, and there's a nice long corridor that they will run down. This is a killing corridor type design. I'm sure you folks have seen something similar many times in the past. It is an oldie, but it is a goodie, and especially effective for a Perception build. So let me go into God mode here, and I will show you how this actual Horde base works. Let's go down a little bit here, and you will see there's a gigantic hole right here at the end of the corridor. We've got our wedge tips here, and on top of those are half blocks, and the half blocks continue the entire length of the corridor. And over here we just have a simple stairwell leading up into the corridor. So what the zombies do is they run up here, they run down this corridor. We're going to be standing in that little room there right behind the bars, and they will try to get us. Now they will see this as a viable path to reach us. Since those wedge tips are under there, they will still see this as a viable path. And what they do is they run and they fall down, and they have to go around and start the loop again. What this does is gives us a nice long corridor that we can aim straight down the center and shoot the zombie jerks right in the face. So again, we are going to be in here. We will pull out our sniper rifle, park our happy butts right in the middle here, and just shoot down the center. Now you can also go into crouch mode to get a little bit lower, make it a little bit easier to hit the head, but they will just come pouring down this corridor and fall down the hole there and loop around, go back up the stairs, and do the process all again. Now you can zoom in if you want to get a nice clear headshot, or you can keep it back. It doesn't really matter how you do it. Just line up your headshot, boom, shoot them in the face, good to go. Now we are also going to be using our AP ammo in order to get that extra penetrator ability. So not only are the zombie jerks lined up in a straight line, we'll also be able to take out 4 or 5 of them at a time with our sniper rifle and the AP ammo. And as far as a build goes, this is a very simple build. It's pretty much straight Perception. All I did is pumped up Perception to level 10. We have Deadeye level 5, and we have the penetrator up to level 4. That's all you really need in order to take on a massive horde of zombie jerks. This build here can be completed at level 22. Very simple, very straightforward, and very effective. effective. And as for book series, I gave myself Sniper, of course, for our sniper rifle, and Urban Combat. That's it. Those are the only book series that I have. Very simple, straightforward build. Very simple, straightforward Horde Base. But I'm telling you, folks, it is extremely, extremely effective. And of course, I've got my generator bank here that is tied to our bird defenses. Again, you don't need 4 SMGs. One or two is probably enough to take care of any birds that might give us any problems. No worries whatsoever. I just go a little bit overboard with the SMG auto turrets. But make sure you have some kind of bird defense. It just makes life a lot easier if you don't have to worry about the stupid birds yourself. Now, if we come back down here and take a look again at our little corridor, I have this sitting 4 blocks high. That way, if the zombie jerks stand on top of each other's heads, which sometimes happens, they won't be able to actually get up here and over to our hatch. And if you wanted to, you could actually blow out this section here. Let me actually go inside here so I can show you here. All right, so here's our gigantic fall pit hole. You could actually blow out these blocks here. That way, if they did make it on top, they wouldn't be able to jump onto the roof over here and possibly bang down and try to get you that way. But generally speaking, that will not happen. This design is perfect to get them to go exactly where you want. I have yet to see them make it on top of there and do anything other than running down the path that I've laid out for them. So this design is pretty secure, pretty safe, and in my opinion, extremely effective, especially while using the sniper rifle and a perception build. But that's all there is to it, folks. Just a nice, simple little corridor that the zombies will run down. You stand back with your sniper rifle and shoot them in the face. They get to the end of the corridor, they fall down, they loop back around to the stairs, head back up, and do the process over and over and over again. All the while, you're standing behind the bars with your sniper rifle, shooting them in the face with some AP ammo and killing a whole bunch of zombie jerks. So I do believe it is time to go ahead and fast forward to day 700, and I'm going to demonstrate this bad boy in action. We are going to take on the day 700 Horde with just the setup that I have right now. So only the points that I have spent. We're just going to use this basic build. And I was mistaken. It's not level 22. It takes 22 points in order to open this up, which means you could do this at level 18. Now, granted, at level 18, you're probably not going to have steel, but the material does not matter very much. You could make this out of cobblestone and it would be just as effective. The zombies would still follow the exact same path, still do the exact same thing. Like again, the material does not matter and your base will not take very much damage. The zombies will probably get a hit in here or there on some of the blocks, but generally speaking, they're not going to stop and just start wailing on something. While my corridor here is made out of steel, you can make it out of cobblestone or even wood, and it would be just as effective. So this build and Horde Base combination can actually be completed very early on in the game. And like every other Horde Base in the game, as you continue down the road, you can upgrade the blocks and make them even stronger. So just because I have mine made out of steel does not mean that you have to start and make yours out of steel. Start with cobblestone and upgrade as you go down the road. It's going to be just as effective no matter what material you use. The zombies will still follow the exact same path regardless of what material you choose to build the corridor out of. But enough yapping. I do believe it is time to get to day 700 and slay us a whole bunch of zombie jerks. But before we take on that day 700 Horde, I did want to take this opportunity to say that the Saven's World Discord server is now up and running. You can find the invite link in the description of this video, but swing on by and meet some of the other members of the Sav Nation. There are so many awesome people in this community, and we would love for you to join us, folks. So once again, the invite link to the Saven's World Discord server is in the description of this video. Swing on by and say hello. We would love to see you there. But now, it's time to slay us some zombie jerks. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is day 700, about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We're getting all prepared, ready to go for the Horde. Let's go ahead and let me throw my armor back on here. I've got a few stacks of AP ammo and my sniper rifle, and that is it. We're gonna go ahead and turn on our generator there. Oh, looks like there was a bird out there. Love it. Let's see this Horde Base design in action. Let me go ahead and speed it up here to just just before Horde Night, and we will get this show on the road. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are, just a few minutes before Horde Night. We've got our weapon all locked and loaded. Oh, there is the thunder. It's go time. Real quick, let me show you what I have on my sniper rifle here. I've got my scope, magazine extender, crippler mod, and bipod mod. That is what we're going with for this Horde Night. And there is the sounder. Here come the zombie jerks. Let's do this thing. Come on, you zombie jerks. There they come. All right. So you see how they just run down the center? Nice, orderly, straight line and off the edge. Boop, boop. Down they go. They fall down and they go back and path again. So all we have to do, line up our shot. Boom. Dead zombie. And boom. Oh, look at that. We took down 3 of them at the same time. Love it. Boom. Oh, we got a first demo. First demo. We'll let him go around for another pass. We're trying to get those headshots, but the only problem is the zombies have different heights. So you have to really line up your shots and not totally miss like I just did there. All right, here comes Mr. Demo Boy. Let's try to take him out with a headshot. Oh, that did it. That did it. Oh, nice. And that was a 3-fer there just a second ago. Beautiful. And it's as simple as this, guys. 22 points is all it took to make this build. They line up all nice and neat, and boom, all you have to do is shoot them right in the head. If you miss, no problem. They fall down the hole and have to come back and run the path all over again. Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, man. Oh, that was awesome. I love it. So simple as this, guys. Don't let anybody tell you that the perception attribute is not effective, that you cannot make an effective build with the perception attribute. You absolutely can. I mean, this is one of the most powerful Horde Night builds that you have. The sniper rifle and the penetrator perk is so powerful, you can take on a whole bunch of zombie jerks. Look at that. 3 in one go, 2 in one go. Extremely, extremely powerful. And this can be done at level 18. That's how powerful it is. So simple as that, guys. Very, very simple, straightforward build. It's now after midnight, so I think I'm gonna cut it here. I'll keep going with the Horde, and we'll cut back in just a little bit later and see how we make out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is 3:30 in the morning. Been a very nice and smooth Horde Night. Just been lining them up, knocking them down. Oh, 2-fer. I love it. In they pour, and down they go. Simple as this, guys. So easy. They line up perfectly. And all we do is just take our sniper rifle with our AP rounds and our penetrator perk and just blast them. And there is the morning bell. Good morning, crazy world. Let's go ahead and mop up the rest of these jerks here, and we'll go and take a look at our corridor and see how much damage they did. And there we go. Last one is down. So let's go ahead and grab a nail gun. And I went through that entire night. I forgot to grab repair kits, and my sniper rifle almost broke. But we went the entire night without having to repair our weapons. So that's pretty sweet. So let me grab a nail gun, and we will go out and see how much damage they actually did to our corridor. Me personally, I did not take a single point of damage. The zombie jerks did not get anywhere close to me. And I killed a whole bunch of zombie jerks. All right, so here we are, nail gun in hand. Let's go ahead and just get down here, and let's follow the path that they took and take a look. So our stairs look really, really good, and we've come to some minor damage in here. These are going to be the blocks that are going to take the most here, like these entry blocks. I didn't have a single demo go off. I didn't have a single cop explode. So very, very successful Horde Night, and minor damage throughout the corridor. This would be very, very easy to repair. Very easy, would not take much at all to repair the minor damage. Look at that. Our wedge tips didn't take any damage. No damage around here. Probably some damage around the base. Yeah, looks like they smacked on these blocks a little bit, because when they fall down, they go into rage mode and just attack everything for a little bit. But honestly, not bad at all. I think this is our most damaged block, which is to be expected, and they damaged this corner block a little bit. And that's it. The base is still standing. We've got a whole bunch of loot to go through and collect after the Horde Night. Absolutely amazing. I did not take a single point of damage, and we killed a whole bunch of zombie jerks. It was an absolutely incredible Horde night, and this just goes to demonstrate how powerful the perception attribute can be, especially on Horde night. While the perception attribute might have its flaws, there is no doubt that it is one of the most powerful attributes in the game. It is quite possible to create a very effective combat character using the perception attribute, especially for Horde night, and you can do it very, very quickly. The build I demonstrated today can be made at level 18, and the Horde Base design I showed off is extremely simple. Now granted, early on you probably will not have access to a sniper rifle, so you're going to have to use your hunting rifle, or maybe if you're lucky, a marksman rifle. But that is the great thing about this Horde Base design. Since it pretty much throws the zombie jerks into a continuous loop, you can take your time. If you have to use the hunting rifle shooting one shot at a time, that is perfectly okay. Line up your shot, make sure it counts, and take out as many zombie jerks as you can. Then reload and do it all again. If some of the zombies happen to make it through the corridor, no problem whatsoever. They will fall down and have to go back and start all over again. It is the perfect design for a perception build. So again, while the perception attribute may have some problems, being effective on Horde night is not one of them. I hope you folks have found this video helpful and or enjoyable. If you did and you'd like to see more character build and Horde Base tutorials, I've created a very special playlist that you can access by clicking the box in the top right corner of the screen. But for now, this is Saven saying thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining me in Saven's World. And remember, the average gamer is always king of the hill on the bell curve.